Well, some changes after fears of potential lead contamination from the Cheney shooting range reaching Wichita's drinking water. The gun range is closed until further notice, at least until the results from soil contamination tests come in. But more changes could be coming from lawmakers. KAKE News investigator Pilar Pedraza joins us now with a follow-up to her investigation. Pilar?
Deb, while researching the situation down in Cheney, I reached out to the Legislative Research Department at the State House to learn more about what the law has to say on lead remediation at gun ranges in Kansas. And we shared our story with one of Kansas' leading lawmakers, the Speaker of the House, who says he's quite familiar with the Cheney shooting range.
Back as a kid, I used to drive there and I used to shoot there, so I know that range well. When they say 22 years, it's been there a lot longer than that.
What was your reaction to
Representative Dan Hawkins, Speaker of the Kansas House, told us, given the location of the range and how close it is to a river that feeds into Cheney Lake, he thinks this is a serious issue that should be looked into.
I'm kind of surprised that KDHE hasn't taken a harder look at that, because you would think if there was any opportunity for lead to leach into our water supply, they would be concerned about that. So that gives me a little bit of pause.
When I asked the Department of Legislative Research about Kansas laws governing gun ranges and specifically environmental remediation, the researcher told me the closest the law comes to requiring things like lead removal or testing is to call for the implementation of best practices. Primarily, the law is concerned with protecting gun ranges from noise pollution liability. Hawkins told me that, too, is worth looking into.
I do think that this is one of those things that we probably should have our Ag and Natural Resources Committee look at and see what they think about this. I appreciate you doing the story because certainly I hadn't heard anything about it.
If you missed our original story on why lead contamination is a concern at the Cheney shooting range and into Cheney Lake, you can find the full story at KAKE.com. We'll continue to follow the situation and let you know what happens with those soil tests we're waiting on. Pilar Pedraza with this KAKE News Investigates follow-up.